Hello, good time zone, everybody, and welcome back to Horde of Tales.
We're
My name is
back!
Marcus, also known as the Chindividual, and I am the game master of this group. I am a pale Caucasian male with now short brown hair, glasses, and a beard, and a button-up shirt on today, and I am this group's Game Master, aka Chaos Facilitator. But as I said, there's a group here of other people, which I quickly want to give the chance to introduce themselves again today, because we're back in full force and we're starting with introductions with, in the left up corner of our overlay, Serial. Howdy ho there.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Serial, pronouns they them. I am a Caucasian person with short hair, thick streak on, and wearing a bandana today on my forehead, and an open flame shirt, and a Pride Dragon t-shirt underneath. And I play Rebus, who is a warforge. He uses any pronouns, usually they them, and they have a shattered faceplate, and they're made of metal and wood. And I can't wait to see what we're gonna do today. So.
Awesome. Glad you're here and you're back with Rebus. Heading over to Ida. Hello there.
We can't hear you.
Oh no.
Wait,
There we go.
good start. My name is Ida. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latina woman with tan olive skin, dark eyes, dark hair, wearing a white floral print top and a light blue sweater vest over it. I am playing Rain, whose pronouns are also she and her. She is a Triton sorceress. As a Triton, she has blue-green aqua skin, finned ears, wears a saffron outfit, and has a mop of seaweed black curly hair.
Awesome. Thanks for being here and thanks for the introduction. And we're going further around the circle to Austin.
Hello. I am Austin. Pronouns he, they. Caucasian male with. I did the shorter hair and beard first, just saying. And I have on like a green cardigan and a shirt that says "It's love that makes people" on it. I play Dythun, who is a Leonin with brown and black fur and shiny armor, and about like 18 weapons on him at any given time. Dythun's pronouns he, him. Did I forget something?
Sounds very complete.
I always feel like I'm missing something here.
No, you even added the 18-something weapons this time, which I think is a detail we shouldn't ignore about Dythun. Armed to the teeth and a person with literal teeth.
If you include his claws, he has 6 weapons he could actively attack with right now.
Or per claw.
Well, no. Oh, yeah. I guess that would make, what, like 18?
Well,
that would
On
make
his
18.
feet. With one more person at the table, though.
But while Austin is counting the actual weapons, let's move on to last but certainly not least, Caro. Hello.
Hey, I'm Carol. I pronounce she, they. I'm a white Caucasian femme with long turquoise-colored hair. And today wearing a black and white shirt. And I'm gonna play Delphine, pronouns she, they as well. And she is a tan half elf with long light blue colored hair, and normally seen with a tricorn hat on her head, and generally rocking that pirate style.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad to have all of you. I'm glad to also kick it off with a redeem of the cat ears, which Austin just put on, those adorable black furry cat ears.
Oh,
and
yeah!
Austin,
I should
Austin,
update my visual description thing. I'm now wearing fluffy cat ears.
Cat ears.
Beautiful.
with
They have
bells.
bells on them.
Perfect. Well,
and you were saying that you were the first to do short hair first, but if we're doing age-wise, technically Marcus beat you to it.
Well, you know,
In terms of existence.
Look,
The battle
Look,
is
there's-
on, I guess.
there's enough room here for two short-haired, bearded people in this group. It's not we don't need to duke this out.
oh, okay, well,
Yeah,
I'll
put the
put-
dueling
I'll-
swords away.
I guess I was about to go grab mine, but I'll put it back.
All right. No. Talking about dueling and swords and the stuff, it's been 2 weeks since the last session. We ended with the party actually heading off into a strange magical storm. Not the only ones heading off into that storm. There's been competition in this brewing tempest of adventure, opportunity, and drama. And I'm very curious to see where we go with this today. How's everybody feeling after a bit of a week of a break? How's everyone doing? What's the mood? What's the vibe?
Well, it was very fun catching up with the stream that I missed. I I have fears and opinions on where things are going, but otherwise doing well. How's everyone else?
Vibes are good.
Excited. Drama. And I've been putting it on the socials. It's like we're going into a wild magic storm in a submarine pulled by sharks against a crazy ship, against like there's a wild water elemental ship against a personal submarine with a noble in it. And I'm like, it's typical Eberron. You know,
Exactly.
Eberron is hell.
pretty damn
You
cool.
know, for me, the hardest challenge right now is to get back into into my character while changing from the first character.
Oh, from the Aether game.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's not wait any longer then. But before we get into our adventures for today, there's a little pre-game spiel that I like to do because you, as you might have noticed by the URL you're on, are on the Twitch channel of Horde of Tales, where on Tuesdays we play D&D and specifically Convergence Manifesto, a D&D 5e campaign set in the campaign setting of Eberron. Convergence Manifesto is a series of adventures written by the Across Eberron project, and you can find all of their adventures on the DM's Guild. We are currently in our 7th chapter, which is the 9th chapter of the Convergence Manifesto series, known as Weathering the Storm. We use as our virtual tabletop, we use Foundry VTT. The music you hear is by Dark Fantasy Studios, and you might even catch a few tracks from Joel Stoudler today in here as well. And if you see any kind of battle maps popping up whenever they occur, these were probably made in Dungeon Draft by Megasploot. Also, as the cat ears might give away on Austin, we love cats here. And if you spot a cat on someone's screen, you can redeem your channel points, your hot points, to give someone cat vantage. If someone gets cat vantage, there's a cute little kitty cat appearing on their screen. For example, on Austin's screen, you see now this cute little kitty cat appear.
Well,
If they
there's
have
actually
advantage-
two.
And there is an actual real cat. While you wear cat ears, it's catception. I love it. But if you see a cat on someone's screen and someone gets a cat vantage, the person who has cat vantage can redeem it for a roll to give themselves advantage. Keep in mind, when you redeem cat vantage for someone, don't forget to mention who gets the cat vantage. If you don't name someone, it goes to the GM. And if the GM already has cat vantage, who knows what happens. Also, every player can only have 1 dose of cat vantage. I think that's all. How about we roll a quick little intro and then dive into this adventure? See you after the opening.
I missed you.
And we're back. When last we left our compatriots, they had struck a deal with High Prince Rygar to help this lord of pirates and seafaring daredevils in the Lazar Principalities with retrieving an object from a ship that he lost. This should help the party get some favor with High Prince Rygar, who would then barter or broker a meeting with the Wind Whisperers, a part of a banned, or should I say exorciated, part of House Lyranda, whose support Delphine's father, Leowyn de Lyranda, could use in whatever plans he has for the house. The party made their preparations to go look for this missing ship, which was apparently caught in a magical storm that also drew the attention of Rain's family. Not just her brother, but also her mother. On top of that, you all know that Aurea Erkorin is involved in this and seems to be looking for what is inside the ship, which sounds like a lot like a potential thing that Aurea would be interested in. We left the last session with the party breaching this magical storm, this coalescence of water, wind, thunder, lightning, and strange magical occurrences. While the ship that the party has on loan from High Prince Rygar is battered by the storm, it was left in the capable hands of a random deckhand, and the party decided to get aboard the Nautilus-shaped submarine of the Underneath family who has come along, and we ended the session there, and it's exactly where we're going to pick up this time. Party members, you have boarded this beautiful vessel that is brought here from the Underneath family. Dython and Rain, you have been on the ship before when last time you came to speak with Rain's mother and brother about the recent occurrences. So you kind of know this sleek, this sleek, beautiful vessel that is pulled by a bunch of sharks in the front. Currently, the vessel has breached the surface. You're all on top of the deck as the storm is raging around you. And Nimbus is standing there in his full armor and everything, looking at all of you. And he says, "We're heading in the right direction. Somewhere in that direction, that's where we suspect the ship that we're looking for must have been in some form or shape. Whatever remains of this."
Okay, answer me this. Why the fuck did I talk to Rygar about getting a ship of him if we could have used that one here right from the beginning?
You never asked if you could come along.
It was never mentioned as an option. Looking towards the rain.
It's not my ship. I should offer things that are not mine, then. I can gladly do that. Hear ye, hear ye. It has been decreed. This is permissible behavior from here on.
Dython checks all the straps of his various weapons.
As the four of you are on top of the deck, coming up above deck is also Marin, this Triton woman with a certain semblance to Rain, and she looks at all of you. "You should come below deck. If we go beneath the waves, we could get there faster." She looks at Rain. if you still want us to keep Aurea busy, I suggest that we bring you as close as possible to whatever remains of the ship. The four of you investigate topside, and Nimbus and I shall keep beneath the waves and see what Aurea is doing.
That sounds like a plan.
Oh, by the way, there's more coming. It seems like that there is, I will say, an elemental galley going towards the remains of the ship as well.
There
Fun.
is? Marin looks at Nimbus. You said you didn't spot any other vessels in the vicinity. And Nimbus tries to keep a straight expression, but he looks over at Delphine. Also, all of you can see that he's surprised by what Delphine is sharing here. He has not been aware that there was another ship coming, but still keeping his posture and face. He says, "It is a very thick storm, and unfortunately, this vessel is not equipped with a lot of sensory augmentations or tools. Maybe aboard the ship that they come in on, there were better telescopes."
Or better eyes. Don't make it too complicated.
When you say elemental, do you mean like the skyships? Or
No.
just like on the water?
A ship fueled by elemental powers on the water.
Oh. You don't think, by any chance, that's the other people we were originally here to make contact with, do you?
Glad that you're asking, because I think, yeah, that's them.
Good to know.
Oh, this family reunion's happening left and right.
Joyous day. I love when things get complicated.
Oh, we are just missing your family here, Typhoon.
Now, as the old man on the other ship said, lower the stuff. I look around.
Yes, let's lower the stuff. Indeed. Good call, Rain.
While people are here going to lower their stuff, Marin looks at Rebus and looks the Warforged up and down. Excuse the question. Are all of your components suitable for this environment?
Oh, I should think so. I have been swimming before, and it hasn't been really a problem. And I don't particularly need to breathe, so that also should not pose any extra complications. So the only issue might be buoyancy, but I think I will manage to guide myself when I need to be. And otherwise my companions, I'm sure, will be clear enough to find a way.
She nods, understanding everything you're saying here, gives you one last quick inspection and says, "Well then, come below deck with us. We're going to go beneath the waves. This vessel here, no problems with buoyancy."
I am excited to see it. And I will go downstairs, or I will follow her, and also make sure that I have my ever bright lantern, because I have a feeling it might come in handy.
Remember? Yeah, exactly. Ida.
Rain had lent you goggles to see in dark.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe that would be more
Okay.
stealthy than shining a lantern on our.
Though I do think that the goggles require attunement.
They do
And-
not.
They do not. Oh, okay. So you can just put them on, and they will grant you dark vision while you're have the goggles of night vision on.
That is good. but also, it gets really, really dark, like pitch black under the ocean. So it's still good to have a lantern if we need one.
It's always good to have options available.
Options.
And so all of you go below deck, and as the last one of you comes below deck, you see that the stairs that led down below deck, they kind of fold upwards to close everything up. You can actually see, you can no longer see any kind of edges where the stairs have folded up against the ceiling. It's completely watertight. And you see now that this ceiling here beneath deck has a beautiful coral pattern all over it. And there's actually flanking the place where the stairs disappeared. You see this beautifully painted, what do you call them again? I just had the English word. No, these little multilingual brains. So these little floaty things in the water, they mate for life. There's a Pokemon based on them. Seadra is a Pokemon that's based on them.
Seahorses.
Seahorses?
Thank you, seahorses. There we go.
They're made of life.
I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean made of life?
Yeah, that confused me more than anything.
Lower the stuff.
So there's these
Life
beautiful
needs things
painted,
to live.
there are these beautiful seahorses
Technically,
painted inside, and I'm sure the painter immediately knew the word for them. All of you
Can't wait for the clip of this.
Yeah, all of you are below deck, and the moment everything's sealed up, you notice how the ship shifts in its angle and goes beneath water. Those of you who actually have organic eardrums, you can feel a slight shift in pressure in your ears. Maybe for Rain, this wouldn't even be noticeable. I mean, you're used to acting at different air pressures. But Dythun certainly would feel like this plop in his ears as you go beneath the waves, and it gets a lot more quiet outside. And with all of you, with the four of you down here, and Marin and Nimbus, it's kind of cramped here. The ship is not made for all these people at the same time in below deck. It's usually a smaller diplomatic vessel for just a few ambassadors. So you kind of have to try to each find a space down here. But once the ship is also below water, a part of the bulk of the hull of the ship becomes translucent to give you kind of a viewing deck ahead of you. So you can actually see what is ahead of you, and you just see roiling water outside, rocks in the ocean floor, and the remains of whatever ships found their end here as you move ever closer to your destination. Is there anything any of you would like to do while you're down here?
Can we see the other, whatever that personal vessel they talked about Aurea having?
I would say, if you look out this kind of viewing deck that you have now, you see at the edge of your vision a dark silhouette, vaguely humanoid-shaped silhouette, leaving behind a trail of bubbles and displaced water, as if some kind of jet is pushing that figure forward.
Rain will ask Marin, her mother, or Nimbus, mostly her mother, just sort of say, so by investigating the extraplanar anomaly that might be here, what does that exactly entail? Make a note of it, put it somewhere away and never speak of it again? Sending academics to it?
Marin picks up a device from her desk, and it seems to be this very mother of pearl white looking box that she opens up, and in this box are all kinds of what look like measuring devices, little discs and knobs, and there's a bit of an antenna unfolding out of it. And as she opened this, you can also hear these devices make whirring and clicking sounds. Kind of some of the clicking sounds are kind of like a Geiger counter that you use to measure radioactivity. So you hear like this sound coming from it. And as she picks it up, she says, we're measuring the impact that these other planes have on the material plane. Manifestations of this size are usually only restricted to known manifest zones. The planes, the moons, are known to influence our world, but only in specific places. This tempest, this is not a known manifest zone. This is a manifestation of Ch.6 that wasn't here before. And we are making note of what it is and how it might be related to certain other appearances.
So if the potential source of this anomaly were to be taken care of, perhaps, just perhaps, it also removes its chaotic effect. That would be a boon to you and your mission, yes?
Assuming that whatever source is actually its true source and not just some speculation, removing the source would be a boon to our mission.
Noted.
Nimbus, who is taken like a front position, is just looking around and says, just for a little bit of expectation management, when we bring you back up at wherever this ship might be, you're going to be topside again. You've noticed the storm that is raging outside.
Oh, what's that?
Well, the measurement devices from us tell us that this, whatever kind of lightning and thunder you see, is not actual lightning and thunder from our world. It's a manifestation of Ch.6 itself. Getting hit by these lightnings, I would not advise that to any of you.
Yeah, it turned someone to jelly or something, didn't it? What did it do?
Well, you know, we already had our experience with this kind of storm, especially the sailors that got turned.
Oh, into the red chickens, or rather the chickens were
Yes.
coming out of their mouths.
Yes, something. Weird. To be honest, I saw weird things happening to people and kind of tried to stay away from them.
As you see through this transparent view ahead of you, you now see coming closer into view the silhouette of, indeed, a ship. Parts of it still reaching upwards and above the water, but parts of it as well also beneath the waves. The outside of the ship, underneath the water, still looks as if this ship has not been here for long. All the other debris and rubble that you saw underwater was from ships that had sank here long ago. They've been covered in shells and coral and all that. But this ship looks still fairly fresh on the outside, as far as a ship can look well once it starts capsizing in a magical storm. As you approach the vessel, you also notice that Marin's ship slowly shifts angle and goes further upward, back to the surface again. And you sense how it pushes against the waves, pushing the ship up above the waves again. And you can now see through the window what's above the waves, and you can see jutting out of the water this ship that has just been broken into pieces somewhere out the middle part, and parts of the mast of one mast still poking out almost horizontal at this point. And you can also see on the hull remains of wherever lightning or other forces have poked into this ship, causing it probably to flood with water and be in this dreaded state.
So, you said the ship has broken apart in like two major pieces. Does it look from the outside as if the initial damage came from the inside or from the outside? So is it basically broken apart towards the outside or more towards the inside?
Excellent question. Could you give me an investigation check?
Sure. I could also ask you what kind of hull construction was used on that ship, so that might be to tell if the ship was even like that stable, to say at least.
Look, I recently just learned. I recently learned how to tell apart port and starboard. Don't push me too much.
Like it came from Sarlona, and I think it was carrying a gift, an expensive gift to someone important. So it's not a shabby ship, I think.
Yeah,
No.
but depending on the construction, certain ship types are more suitable for certain kind of water travel than others.
Especially considering what you would know, Sarlona is basically, it's not a continent, but it's a very large island, which a ship would need to be suitable to cross quite some distance, so it needs to be very seaworthy.
Yes.
What did you get on the investigation roll?
It's a 16.
A 16. I would say, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Caro, but I would say Delphine would certainly know the difference between what it looks like when a ship sinks from internal damage, because, for example, gunpowder exploded and the ship is torn apart, and what it looks like when it's external damage. For example, when there's cannons fired at the ship and the ship is damaged by that. And with that roll, the place where the ship broke in the middle, that was definitely from external forces. That must have been something from the outside that got the ship.
I have a question.
Typhon, yes.
Does it look like one solid impact split the ship in half?
Do you mean, was it just one thing that tore it apart? Or is this a clean cut?
Like one of those, or does it look like there's broken here, 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 and it just broke apart? Like my brain is immediately triggering something wrapped around it and snapped it in half like a giant kraken or something. That's where my brain immediately went to.
Versus like a single lightning bolt, like
exactly. Like, is that something we could tell, or?
Well, maybe it's not what Dyphon could tell, but definitely Delphine would be able from this distance to tell that if this was just one thing that broke this apart, it must have been one huge thing that tore it apart. But it could also be multiple smaller impacts or damages from the outside. Like you saw these lightning bolts. Maybe it was multiples of these. Maybe it was also hitting jagged rocks or something.
But I think that's easier to tell if you're already close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we disembarking now?
Well, as you're analyzing what has caused this damage, you're getting closer to the ship. It comes clearer and clearer in view. And I'm assuming that all of you would be heading back upside again. And you're being the ship of Marin and Nimbus is basically getting you as close as possible to what sticks out above the surface from this ship. And you do notice on your approach, what you do notice is as you approach the two halves that were like this, while you approach, they sink. Like they change angle, and as you come closer, I'd say they'd be at like a 20-degree angle. So they're slanted. You have to watch out your steps where you're walking, but it's not like they're in like a 45-degree angle and you're walking uphill while you're on them. But it seems like they shifted balance somewhere on the water and are at a bit of a 20-degree angle.
I will make a quick mental connection with Nimbus as right before the Undinets go back underwater. Just it's a 2-3 minute link.
I was actually gonna suggest. I believe we gave Delphine a sending stone, the one Rain had.
Mhm.
Should we leave one with them in case of some kind of emergency?
We have means to communicate without the stone.
Okay.
Also, it's probably best if we hurry up because, as far as I can tell, that what is remaining of this ship can sink faster than we might like.
Exactly.
Hey, can I oh, sorry, Sario or Rebus, would you like to say something?
Yeah, no, I have a question for the DM. Like, so you mentioned the ship is shifting. Does it look like it's sinking? Because I assume this is like not a very new accident. Like, I assume.
Well,
it's been like, how recent is this?
High Prince Ryger has been missing the ship for a while, but maybe like at most like a week. It should have been in Regal Port
Okay,
for
so
a week.
it is relatively recent then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Got
then it might. Yeah, it might be sinking, and we should hurry and not get trapped by it when it gets dragged to the depths. So, okay, understood. Just wanted to know, like,
Yeah.
the actual situation.
Also, when we're stepping on, if we are basically shifting the weight on of the ship as well, so we might be triggering shit on there.
As you disembark, then, could I get a round of perception checks from everyone?
Sure.
Oh, nice.
I see 7 held up by Ida. Rain is perceptive.
Rain is
Dython, what
busy
did you
saying
do?
goodbye to her shark friend.
The Tsundere shark with the blushies. Yeah.
Bye, big boy. Bye.
Oh.
14 for Rebus.
14 for Rebus.
17.
Dython. 17 for Dython. What's Caro? Do you have more? Do I hear
I'm
more?
giving more 19.
19. All right. So, Rain, yes, you're saying bye to your favorite shark. And the rest of you, however, as you're disembarking and you find your footing on this part of the ship, you hear a loud mist horn blaring from the clouds and fogs around you, the cloud and fog around you, just as low, and coming from behind a wall of clouds that you just thought were parts of the storm, now unveiling itself, is this elemental galley that is closer than you thought. It's basically pulling from what looks like a supersized version of Delphine's marine lair and comes closer. And as it comes closer, you see that there are people hopping off the ship. You just see this ragtag band of people jumping into the water. And as they jump into the water, some of them, they just move their hands, gesturing some incantations. And before they hit the water, the parts of the water that they were to land on rise up and form into this vaguely humanoid form. And these people are now riding on the backs of water elementals towards your direction. And one more blare from the mist, from the foghorn of the ship. And just inches away from you, lightning strikes the ship, and you hear these attackers shouting as they're coming closer. And I'm gonna give you a little map for this.
Are they riding freaking elementals?
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping the Undinets got away because
Yeah, this is
underwater.
basically like after that ship already went below the waves.
Okay.
I first want to make sure that everything is set up properly, and then I'm giving you the map.
Okay.
Go for it.
Activate.
Ooh.
You should all
If they
be
were gone,
on
we could have
here.
written the sharks, but sharks are friends, and I don't want to put them in danger. Not until we absolutely
Sharks.
have to.
Sharks are truly friends indeed.
These sharks are friends.
Wait, why is it doing that?
And don't forget that Delphine and Dython have the potions of underwater breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna put that over here, and gonna change the music a little bit. And
Oh my goodness.
bless you. I'm gonna quickly set that up. Alrighty, it's time to roll a little bit of initiative, people.
Duel.
It's been
Nice
so long
map.
since we did this.
Yes.
I forgot that I have advantage on initiative.
Me not, but I want
Ah.
that.
That's very good.
I will type my number in the thing.
You will type your number in the thing.
Oh, why do I have advantage on
thing.
initiative?
Oh.
Actually?
From alert.
That doesn't give me advantage.
Then just roll once and grab the first number.
I really wish it told me why. I really wish it told me why I have advantage. But I will believe it.
Nope.
Just-
I ignore whatever just popped up in D&D Beyond. I forgot if you click a thing, it rolls dice.
That's interesting.
Update that, and we're just making sure everyone is nice and correctly in there.
I rolled the same roll anyway, so great.
Let's see this one here. I'm just going to roll that. Ooh.
Why does it say I am not asleep?
Yeah, why does
Oh,
sleep?
Excuse me.
Rebus is just taking a quick little power nap. It's,
No, I'm not unconscious.
Rebus got on the
Excuse
ship.
me?
Actually, no.
And who? All right. Rain, what did you get for initiative?
A 9.
A 9. Rebus, what did you get for initiative?
A 9.
A 9. Who of you has the higher dexterity?
No bonuses.
I
0,
have a
10.
15.
So
Yeah, I
good.
have
Okay.
15.
Okay. And Dython, what did you get?
23.
Whew. And
Let's
finally, Delphine, what did you roll?
22.
That's some good initiatives that we have going on here. All right. That brings us into combat. Now, just to paint you a little bit of a picture what's going on here. You are on top of this ship, this broken part of the ship, and coming from both sides are these water elemental riding pirate-looking fellows. Some of them with scimitars, some of them with hand crossbows, and some of them already having magic crackling between their fingers. It's raining cats and dogs right now. The rain is pouring down on you, and sometimes you see just these layers of magical energy shimmering in the air around you. Just as if every part, every cloud, every piece of fog here is potentially charged with magic. With that being said, Dythun, what would you like to do?
Dythun is gonna move over to this little spot. Is this like a viable place to be standing?
You could, but this is like really one of these jagged parts of the ship, like these broken up parts. You can still stand there, but you can hear the wood creaking beneath your feet.
That's okay. He just wants to be able to get clear line of sight over this way. I believe he is going to just throw a firebolt at... How do I select things? Where's the button? How do I ping things? There we go, that guy.
All right, indeed, just to clarify, I forgot to describe these, because joining these pirates, swimming in the water, you see these muscular fish people with rather flat faces, open mouths filled with shark teeth. You've seen some of these before at High Prince Ryger's court. Rain has seen them often beneath the sun.
And rolls her eyes almost at them. It's like, you.
These are Sawagin, also a kind of sea-dwelling people, and these one also come with tridents and jagged blades, and you're targeting one of them,
I actually just looked at this coin. I forgot. There's people riding these things up here, right? The little water elementals?
Yep, exactly.
Am I able to target the people riding them?
Wait, I'm just gonna give it... Wait, you know what? We're gonna do this a little different. See, you're getting a little bit of Foundry hacks with GM Marcus as he's just moving around tokens, and now you should be able to target them.
That guy riding on top of the water elemental thingy. Perfect.
Right.
I want to attack that person instead.
You want to attack that. This is one of the what looks like a kind of spellcast. He already has like lightning crackling between his hands. So you fire at that one?
Yes, firing a firebolt.
Roll that, see how it goes.
Oh, very well. 21.
21, yeah, that hits.
I would hope so. I'd be scared if it didn't. That's a 10 and a 9. That's 19 fire damage.
But your firebolt causes some of the raindrops to just go up into smoke as you fire it, and it hits this wizard right in the chest. You're like, ah! As he's getting burned by the flames. Anything else you would like to do?
When that happens, kind of taking in how many people are around us. Dythun is gonna pull out from like under his scarf this pendant that is this shield with a sword crossed over it. Mutter something under his breath, and this like shimmering protective barrier forms around Rain, and I'm going to bonus action cast Shield of Faith.
Ooh.
2 then.
Plus 2, yes.
Thank you.
And how do I mark that I am concentrating on something?
If you right-click yourself,
That one. Sure.
Yeah.
That's not it. That says stunned. Hold on. Is there one for concentrating? Oh.
There could be.
You can
Okay,
pick
well,
one
I'll
that
look
fits
for
you.
that.
Pick one
I'll
that
just
looks
pick
nice.
That one. To remind
Perfect.
me. Okay. And
That's your turn?
Dythun's turn.
All right. That brings us to Delphine.
Okay, so Dyphon is on that one side taking care of them, so I will move her to the other side. I should take out this measurement tool, I think. However, and yes, and take care of this ones, and I will cast a gust of wind into their direction. It's like 60 feet, we're short, and 10 feet wide. And since I'm standing basically in the middle of them, they should get like, all of
So
them.
you're like, so you're basically,
I try to throw them a little bit off from their position.
right. Okay. Gust of wind means that they're gonna have a harder time moving forward.
So.
Yeah. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves when it moving closer.
They also need to give me a strength save beforehand, or they're getting pushed away.
Strength saves coming up. That's going to be. Oh, this is interesting because two of those pirates are riding on one of those water weirds. So let's see what's going on here. Strength saving throws.
Whoever sees water. Water?
I hope they are pretty
That's
bad
a
at that.
failure from one of the pirates.
Cool.
That's another failure from one of the
Cool.
pirates. And now for the water weird. Also fails it. So they are all. Actually, this one might. Okay, my map doesn't reach this far.
Breaking the game.
So, you're basically
Glitch them through.
I'm
You're-
breaking
you're
I'm
shoving-
pushing them out of the map.
you're shoving out of drawing
away.
distance, and they they push away, and this gust of wind, this wind tunnel, keeps in existence for now. Anything else on your turn?
So. Just shouting to the others. Take them out on Dyphon's side. I'm keeping them here at bay.
Gust of wind
And
is
that's your turn?
concentration, right?
Yep, I have that's a concentration one.
I just realized the rain effect follows you as you move the camera.
It's really cool.
Damn,
Boundary
something's
is
so cool.
awesome.
All right, Delphine, that's your turn, right?
Yeah, that's my turn. I can basically not do anything else.
Okay, that brings us to one of the water weirds on the side of Dythun, which is currently carrying one of these wizards. This one is going to move a little bit closer, moving the wizard with it. And this Dythun, now that this water elemental comes closer, it's like reaches out of the water, has this wizard that you already firebolted on his shoulders. But this water weird also lifts one of its arms, shapes it into a water tendril, and is going to try to constrict you.
Oh, don't do that.
It has to make an attack for that. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
It does not. Ooh.
AC 18.
AC 18. It does not, and you get soaked by this tendril that splashes against you, but nothing else. There's not much
Good.
else it can do at this point, which ends its turn, and brings us to one of these pirates that has been shoved out of drawing distance. It's moving on top of the water weird against the wind. 55 feet. Why are
Gust of wind, I think, also makes it essentially difficult terrain.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes it. He has to spend 2 feet for every 1 feet of movement. It's basically difficult terrain. Okay. In this wind, like his hair getting blown backwards, this pirate pulls out his hand crossbow, holds it up against the wind, and is going to fire at Delphine. But because this is at long range for the hand crossbow, he has to do this at disadvantage. So, and because I'm rolling against Delphine, I'm going to use the Caro die in the roll as well. And yeah, I don't think that an 12 won't hit you, right?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna try this again. Still, does a 16 hit you?
No.
Thought so. That ends this one's turn and brings us to the wizard on the side of Daithun. And this wizard actually is going to... Oh. You know the thing about spellcasters? They have options.
You see.
So this wizard is going to right in front of Daithun, disappears in a puff of smoke and teleports over here. Materializes again, but as he does that, okay, you see as this wizard rematerializes, there's a brief skittering of electricity over him, which then dissolves in the air again. And that ends this wizard's turn. Bringing us to another pirate who has been blown away, moves up here, and is also going to try to fire hand crossbows at Delphine, but still at disadvantage because he's so far away. No, that ain't gonna hit. So I rolled at disadvantage. One of my rolls is a 20, and the other one is a 19 for a total of, 23. I think that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Not even ranged shield can take that off.
For 4 points of piercing damage as you're being
Okay.
hit by a crossbow bolt.
Okay, cool.
And
Also, I need to roll concentration on that.
oh yeah, right. Roll a concentration with just a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. You can do that. You got your paladin aura.
Oh yeah. Concentration is 17. I rolled
Gotcha. All right, let's get Fishy over here. Let's bring one of the Sohagen in. And this Sohagen here swims over here, climbs up on deck here. You just see the Sohagen with their clawed hands climb up along the side of the ship, pulls out his trident, and is going to attack first with its spear, which I flavored as a trident, but it's technically a spear. Attack Daithun with a spear attack. But I don't think that a 10 hits. And it's going to follow this up with a bite attack. But I don't think a 15 hits. And that ends this person's turn. There's another Sohagen over here who is going to swim through the water, and then use his remaining movement to, well, not remaining, actually use a dash action to get up on deck here. And then we have one more who is going to swim up, climb up on top of the ship, and is looking around for other threats, standing right next to Rebus, and is going to take a swing with his spear at Rebus. 16, I don't think that hits you, Rebus.
That's my armor class.
Then it hits. Then it just hits.
Ouch.
That is... Oh, I have to use the right die. 8 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And it's going to...
I believe... yeah.
You're not raging yet, so that's the full.
No.
damage. And it's going to make a bite attack against you as well. But 16 was your armor class, then this one is not hitting.
Well,
And that actually brings us to Rebus with Rain on deck.
What could Rain possibly be doing?
well,
I will most certainly rage now.
Yes.
That was a mistake to make. And my plates will shift, and I will take the clawed form of the beast, and so my two hands become like sharp, knifed weapons.
Nice.
And well, look at that! I don't have to move around anymore. You came to me, and I will attack this guy who's right in front of me, right?
Perfect.
Because obviously, okay, rage.
just I was checking my character stuffs, just making sure I do things correctly. It's been a little bit. Also, I have advantage on my initiative because we're level 7 now. That's why it was a thing. +2 on damage. Okay, yeah. So I will do my first attack reckless because, you know,
Why wouldn't you?
I can. With my claw, so that gives me advantage, which I will gladly
that.
take. But that was really bad. Yeah, 11 was the highest,
Ooh, with advantage.
which I don't think hits. Yeah,
No, unfortunately it doesn't.
it rolled really bad. Well, good thing for me. I can attack again with my claw
Mm-hmm.
as part of the same action because it's a
Yep. It's
double
just
swipe. So,
and
will this one hit? It's an 18.
yeah, that certainly hits. Roll for damage as those claws
Okay,
dig
great.
in.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage as you hit the Sawagan, who is now standing in front of your intimidating raging form. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I will attack again because I have 2 attacks. That was just the first one. Actually, it's 8 points of damage, not 6,
Because of your
I
rage?
am raging
Yep.
now. So yes.
But you already attacked twice, right? The first one was the 11. You
No,
rolled.
but this is just part of the same action.
You have your
my
multiple
claws-
attacks.
Yeah, but once on each of my turns, when I attack with a claw using the attack action, I can make one additional claw attack as part of the same action.
Oh, gotcha. All right, gotcha. Yeah.
Which means now I have my second attack, which is just one more claw attack. But
Gotcha.
that should hit. That's a 22.
Oh, yes, that hits.
For rolling really bad for another 6 points of damage.
Did you already add your rage damage to that?
Yeah. I'm rolling all on the lowest parts of the die.
Yeah, but still, especially now
Anyway.
with this one also coming in, this Sawagan is really regretting it swam up to you because it's like getting the claw from you and it's looking at you like,
Yeah.
oh right, bad decision. Anything else on your turn?
You came over and attacked the machine, so I not really, because I can't really I use my bonus action to rage.
Use your
that's-
actions to
that's
attack.
all. I don't want to move necessarily. So
Perfect. Then we hand it over to Rain Underneath.
Hi.
Hello.
these crates I'm by? Are they bigger than me? Are they something I can just hop over?
They are pretty big, but they're not bigger than you. You could get on top of those crates, for example.
In that case, I'm just going to scooch my way. Wrong button. Right, scooch my way over here-ish. Is this place I can stand?
Yeah, you would like be up against the mast or whatever remains of the mast there.
Oh, okay. And then I'm going to surprise. That should get just not Dythun.
That actually, from what Foundry is telling me, of that shape that you put down there, that is correct.
Okay, should get 3 things and not Dythun. So
But what is it that gets them?
as I start walking in between the crate and the mast, one of the rings on Rain's fingers glows, and I start sort of like swirling this energy in my hand. And I look over my shoulder and I toss out a glowing ball, which is Fireball.
Nice. That
Get
means
wrecked.
if I know my D&D rules correctly, that's Jesus. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do some dexterity saving throws.
DC 14.
Okay,
And
let's
I'm
start
also spending sorcery points, just to be clear, but do your rolls.
Okay. All right. Starting with the water weird. That is a 16. So the water weird makes it
Half damage.
and then they have to then we have to Sohagin, the fish people, who certainly do not like fire. That's a 10 from one of them and a 6 from the other. So they take. Okay, so there was already one that was heavily damaged by Rebus, and this one is now combusted. And the other one,
Grilled.
I am not making this up. I'm not making this up. This Sohagin had exactly 30 hit points. 30 hit points. You're on point with grilling that Sohagin. And the water weird, just let me double check.
Can it take fire damage?
Well, you do notice that it seems to be like bending its form away from the heat, already lowering the impact, the damage. But it still seems to take less damage than you would have expected it to take. Actually, wait, let me double check that.
Damage is damage.
No, it still takes some damage.
Okay.
Could you, while you're at that, this was a fireball from your spell slots, or was this from a magic item?
This is for a magic item.
Cool. Can you roll me a d20?
Oh,
That's right.
Because we're in a weird-
6. Cool.
You're fine. What else would you like to do?
Well, I was going to send sorcery points, and I'm going to commit to that. So that was a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Marking off the things, and the wizard that has crackling energy around them. I am going to cast mind. No. The wizard might be smart.
That's
No.
what they say about wizards.
End of the round. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver. So I would like the wizard to make an int saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. That's a total of 10.
So it takes 4 psychic damage. This is a cantrip. And it subtracts a 1d4 from its next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
Smart. So you firebolt one part, then mind slivered another character. You moved over behind that mast. Anything else you would like to do in your turn?
Look fabulous.
Look fabulous. Gotcha.
Magic
Accomplished.
classes, man.
Which
That's it.
brings us to the other water weird, who is still in the wind tunnel. So that means basically halving his movement. Okay. still able to move this 30 feet with the bros on top of it. And no, it can't do much else at this point. That gust of wind. What are you gonna do about it? No, you won't. You know what? It's gonna use its action to dash, but dash like only 10 feet over here. And that's all he wrote. And we are at the end of round 1. And before we start with round 2 on this, let me quickly roll a d4. And I'm just gonna go, 1 is Caro, 2 is Ida, 3 is Austin, 4 is Serial. Caro, can you roll me a d100, please?
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm not prepared for this. 88.
80. Oh, nice.
88, yeah.
What do we got there?
I have no clue.
Cupcakes for everyone. I could use a cupcake. Oh, we want cupcakes.
Okay, so Delphine, you stand there. You're channeling this gust of wind spell, pushing back, trying to contain the danger. And as you do that, you are struck by this pale blue lightning, and you notice yourself starting to float.
Oh!
And for the coming 10 minutes, you're under the effects of the fly spell, which basically gives you a flying speed of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And after 10 minutes, it actually also brings you safely back down. So you notice you're channeling magic.
Well,
And as that is happening, as you're hit by this blast of magic, pirates attacking, Sawagan attacking, water elements attacking, we're going to take our first quick break before we continue this combat. So we're going over for a break for about 5 minutes to quickly refill our cups, stretch our legs before we dive into round 2 of today's combat. Hope to see you in 5 when we continue. See you in 5 then.
$2.
And we are back. Welcome to the second part of today's session over here at Horde of Tales for the Convergence Manifesto. We are just back from a break after our first round of combat on a damaged, sinking ship inside of a magical storm, while the party is fighting pirates riding in on water elementals, because that's just the kind of game we run over here. At the top of round 2, we start once again off with our favorite resident Leonin, Typhoon. What do you have planned for this turn?
This weird water thing, does it seem to have a way to, like, get onto the ship? Like, do I get the feeling like it could climb on board, or...
From what you can glance, it seems like it's basically growing out of the water it is in. On the other hand, you know of elemental creatures that can go wherever they want to go. So...
Huh. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna assume that it can't, because Dyson doesn't know. It looks like it's part of the water. Dyson's gonna run over here towards this wizardly person.
All right, as you move away, the water weird is going to make an opportunity to attack against you.
Go for it.
And that's a natural 20 for a 25.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't think it is.
This is one of
I'm
my
gonna
favorite
natural.
moves.
I'm gonna natural can't
always.
manage that.
Can you do that?
With his
Whenever
luck
you make an
feat.
attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can choose to spend luck points. Hold on.
When you, the player.
When you...
Or when an attack roll is made against you, and you
Aha.
choose which dice to use.
Let me re-roll that. Yeah, my second roll was an 11. I have a feeling I know which dice you want to use.
Yeah. I think I'll take that 11.
Yeah, for a total of 14. You're fine. Okay. No, actually for a total of 16. But that still doesn't hit you.
No.
All right, so
I
you
don't want to
move-
know what kind of damage that thing does. I'm sorry, Marcus.
It's fair, it's fine, it's fine. I'll have my chance one day, but now you are going to beat up a wizard. How are you going to beat up that wizard?
I think I'm going to use my sword. And I'm gonna
Fine
hit him
choice.
twice. Hopefully. No, I'm gonna hit him twice. It's gonna happen.
Let's see.
Hopefully I'm gonna hit him twice. That's a 11.
That doesn't hit.
That's the Caro dice.
Ooh.
Let's roll this other dice, just in case. It was a 20 and it bumped into the Caro dice, and now it's a 2.
It's cursed. I told you.
Oh no!
Why would you do that? Caro dice, no.
Hmm.
I don't think a 7 hits, does it?
See, maybe if you had just taken that natural 20, fate would have been on your side, but alas.
I mean, I guess I can luck twice on the same turn, but I'm not going to, because that wouldn't really be any fun.
But you can. It's your it's your natural cat advantage.
That is true. However, sometimes the dice want what the
What are
dice
these
want.
bonus actions? Do I have bonus actions? What are those? What are bonus actions?
What are those?
I'm gonna use this fancy new bonus action that I have that allows me to take a weapon attack as a bonus action.
Well,
If I use the attack action.
oh wow.
You know, a new thing I have for no reason called War Priest. That's fun. So let's try again.
Third time's the charm. Come
I'm
on.
gonna use a natural advantage again.
What was the Caro die involved this time?
I rolled it and it was a 7. So I'm gonna take that 13, which makes it 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Finally, okay. Wow. I don't think Dyson has ever struggled this hard to hit anything. What do I roll for longsword? That's an 8. Where's the 8?
Where's the 8? What? How does anything work anymore?
That's 10 total slashing damage. I'm gonna, since I finally hit, use a superiority dice. Where are those? I've forgotten how to D&D Beyond. I'm so sorry.
Delphine,
Where
you're
is
on deck, by the way. Just
I'm so sorry. This is taking way too long. Distracting strike.
distracting strike.
Yes, so if anyone other than me, before the start of my next turn, attacks him, it has advantage, and I get to roll an additional d8 of damage on that attack. So that's a 3. So 3 damage added on top.
So, just for a bookkeeping, you used 2 luck in one turn. You used a superiority dice in one turn,
Mhm.
and it got you 1 attack that you hit.
Oh, and I used one of the twice per long rest bonus actions I have.
That's true. That's true.
Tython is prideful. He doesn't want to not hit on a turn.
Nope. Nope. Understand. Anything else on your
So
turn?
that's no everything. I'm done.
That's because Triton,
Wait.
as a giant cat person, is wet.
Wait.
Is not
Wait,
performing
Exactly.
well.
He's thrown off.
Would you like to action search on your turn?
No, I'm good right now.
Perfect.
I've taken enough time.
Del-
got my one attack.
Delphine, it's your turn. You feel like you can fly because you can actually fly. And what would you like to do?
Okay, so weird experience, but I take it, and I'm going to fly up like. No, first I'm ending the gust of wind spell so that I'm not concentrating on it. Second, think I'm gonna fly up like, let's say, 25 feet. That should be enough that I'm not getting hit or. Yeah, I guess like this, and then moving over. Yeah, I still have the measurement tool up there. On this part, so that and then I'm using bonus action. Using my channel divinity, and I'm gonna use the Fury of Tides. Then I'm doing my 2 attacks.
Fury of the Tides.
Yes. So basically, if I'm doing a weapon attack, I can choose to push the target away. And I decided I'm gonna do this with these 2 dudes on the elemental.
All right.
Let's see how this works.
Let's fire at the first dude.
Yes. Also, I really appreciate that you all take the bad rolls from the dice that I gifted you, so that I can roll good good results. Yeah, the first one is shit. That's 12.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, second attack. That's much better. Yes. Math, what is it? 26.
Yes.
Okay. So what else is... Does this guy need to roll anything?
No, I think Fury of the Tides just once you hit,
you
push them
it's
back.
Just a push, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he still also takes damage from the attack.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I 1d10. Of course, I have no. Oh, yeah, I have the 10 laying around here. That's full damage. That's 14 points of damage, and he's getting put.
14 points of damage, and he's getting pushed back 10 feet, which
Yes.
means he is like, that second shot hits that pirate. You blast him with the shot. He lets out a Wilhelm scream as he's being pushed off the water weird, and you just hear like this splashing sound into the water.
At least I got one.
Exactly. And you have to imagine you're doing this while you're flying up 25 feet in the air, just like blasting from up there.
Oh boy.
Anything else on your turn? I think that was your bonus action. That was your action. And you still have some movement left.
I have some movement left. Oh gosh. Yeah, shouting to the others, I might need some help over here. So that's my turn. I'm keeping where I am.
Perfect. All right, that brings us to the water weird on the port side of the ship. And this one swims alongside the ship. And it's just going to try and constrict Dythun again.
Dang it.
Truly.
It likes you a
Do
lot.
it.
There is a long watery tendril coming out, but it just doesn't succeed in wrapping around you. You're just wetter than you were before now, but you're not grappled or take damage in any way. And the water weird is going to action surge. No, it isn't. It's going to end its turn. And
It's going to use its bonus action and its second attack and its action surge.
the pirate
That's
that
what
was
everyone
not,
does, right?
the pirate that was not hit gets off the water weird. Is going to... Oh, well, that's beautiful. It's going to move into melee range with Rain. And is going to pull out a longsword and try to hit Rain. But a 10 doesn't hit. You're in timeout. And
the divine shield that Triton summoned gets tickled.
And a 14 also doesn't hit. You're also in timeout.
Well,
and
it would have hit had not been for the shield.
That's good to know. So this pirate is just, like, especially the second one seems to connect, but then there's this shimmering divine force that deflects the blow, which ends the pirate's turn, but we still have a wizard to go here. And the wizard stands in front of Daithun, raises his hands, and a blast of wind comes from his hands. Daithun, would you give me a strength saving throw, please?
Yeah, I'm okay at those.
You are.
That's a 15.
You stand firm as you're being blasted by this gust of wind that's reaching out from this wizard. And he is noticing that that is not working. He's going to use some of his movement to step onto the water weird. Daithun, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
I very much would. Yes, thank you. I don't think that one's gonna hit again.
What's the total?
That's a 2.
No.
That's a total of 7.
No.
No.
And so the wizard basically moves by you, the gust of wind also dissipating as he does, and he steps on this water weird. And that ends his turn, bringing us to the pirate that was blasted into the water. Has to spend some of his, movement to
swim.
but spending some of his movement to get on top of the water weird. And it's just, he can just make it with his movement up on the ship, just on the edge here. And is going to fire a crossbow bolt at Rain.
Oh my god.
Does a 20 hit?
Double checking, even if I even if I shield, it's going to hit. So yeah.
Okay.
Actually, silver barbs.
Yeah. I feel so, like, impotent. Just, it takes forever to get back to my turn, and I can only hit hard if I hit, which doesn't always happen. So I'm just like...
I give myself advantage, by the way.
That's a 16. So that doesn't hit you, I think, with the...
Shield is +2. Oh, that still hits.
Still hits.
I have my advantage at least, though. That's something.
You take
All this for...
5 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
And he's going to do that again.
Oh.
But 13 is not enough to hit you.
No.
So...
With the divine shield, it's not.
And that brings us to this. So Hagen, that is going to move up here and is going to make a spear attack against you, Rain.
Okay. I'm okay, by the way, friends.
An 8 doesn't hit, followed up by a bite attack. A 13 doesn't hit.
No.
And that brings us over to Rebus.
You see, while Rain is ducking the hits, you see her start raising her arm in a similar movement that she did on her last turn.
Right. Well, lucky for all of us,
Yeah,
I
wreckage.
can move places.
That's true.
So, yeah. Let me think where I'm moving. Yeah, I'm gonna get into melee anyway. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Let's attack and let's do it reckless because I'm not too
Let's-
worried about things.
Let's go.
I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. So 3 claw attacks in total. First one,
Unleash the beast.
a 22 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for come on, 7 points of slashing damage.
Is that
Lucas,
including
what's
your
it
rage
like
damage?
to hit things?
Yes, that is included my rage damage. Next attack, 20 to hit.
Yeah.
For 8 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And a last attack, 18 to hit.
Also hits.
Hey, let's go. For 6 points of slashing damage. I'm rolling middle of the vast down for the damage.
Keeping it. You're keeping this statistically balanced for all of us.
I'm rolling so many ones. Listen.
But
yeah,
just to
that's
to
it.
paint you a picture here, Rebus, you're still with these 3 attacks. You're digging into this to this Sawagan. Like he has no chance. This is this lean, mean killing machine
yeah.
that descends upon him.
Well, I saw them attacking my friend, and I will not let that stand. So I look at Rain, and while this is happening, apologies, Miss Rain, for the ruckus. But please,
Oh,
just
I in that case, I
Let
will
me make a
also
movement, or-
apologize.
Is that your turn, Rebus?
I essentially tell you, like, please go ahead.
So how are you doing
It
these
is my
days? We
turn.
haven't really caught up much, Fireball. I believe I get everyone, not Rebus and not Dyson.
Oh.
Foundry tells me I miss Delphine and I just get the weird.
Yeah, just
That's
let me roll some dexterity saving throws. Let's start with the water weird. Succeeds, so that's halved. Let's go with the pirate next to the water weird. That's a natural 20, so that's also halved. So Hagen in front of Rebus. Goodbye. So Hagen in the water. Good. Wow. Whew. And pirate right in front of Rain. Succeeds as well. So it is 28 points of damage. This Sohagen is gone. Another one that takes the full damage. The pirates take half of that. And the water weird, again, doesn't seem to be too much bothered by the flames. But right in front of your eyes, Rebus, this Sohagen that you already shredded with your claws is now toast. Anything as you do that, Rain? Could you roll me a d20, please?
Yeah.
Fun.
8.
8. Perfect. Cool. Anything
And-
else on your turn?
I stare down at the pirate in front of me who dare try to attack me. It's like, do you really want to continue? Think about it very clearly. And I smile.
I can do this all day.
Okay, that's your turn, and that brings us to the water weird up here. Oh, gee, golly, whoop-de-wah, what am I gonna do? You know, the water weird swims over here, all the way over here, and is going to try to constrict Rebus. But not with a total of 9, as this
Nope.
wet tentacle comes out of the water, but just splashes against the armor of Rebus, and that ends its turn and ends its round. But before we start with round 3, 1 is Ida, 2 is Karo, 3. I'm reshuffling numbers. This is chaotic. 1
Yeah,
is
it
Ida,
is.
2 is Karo, 3 is Serial, 4 is Austin. I rolled a 1. That's Ida. Ida, can you roll me a D100, please?
You know, I'm very happy that you reshuffled.
76.
76. Rain. As you just cast that fireball, the bright flash from the fire, like you, wait, are you so cool that you don't even look at the explosion?
I was talking to Rebus.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's
just
like
like,
poof, and my hair goes
We're
like
catching up.
yeah, you were having this conversation, catching up, your hair is moving in the blast of the flames, but you might notice by the response of Rebus that something is changing about you. The flash of the fireball, the light from that, seems to be absorbed by your form as your entire body begins to glow with a bright light. You're basically shedding. I'm gonna give your token a little aura. You are shedding. Oh, I can actually make you glow. That's good.
Then I turn back to the pirate and I say, I'm gonna make you see the light.
So
My God.
everyone within, whenever every creature within 30 feet of you that attacks you, any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of you. I'm so sorry. Where did I get the 30 feet? Apologies for that.
It's blinded?
Every creature that ends their turn within 5 feet of you is blinded by your bright light as you glow.
Okay.
That's right.
Make
What the heck?
it 30 feet because it just makes the fun more fun.
I am wearing the goggles of dark vision. This is so much light.
Also, before the next round happens, could all of you give me a perception check?
Okay. Shall I trust this dice?
Oh,
Ooh,
wonderful.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
17 from Rain.
17 from Rain.
18.
18 from Delphine.
24.
And Dyken. 24. All of you, despite
We're so
despite-
perceptive this turn.
Yes.
despite Rain currently glowing like a light bulb, all of you notice that something happened beneath you. That somewhere below you, something in the ship shifted. And you actually can see in this area of water between the two halves of the ship, you see bubbles rising up.
Ooh.
And then some steam coming out of the water. Rain, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did establish a telepathic link with Nimbus, which lasts for a few minutes, right?
It lasts, I believe, 3 minutes. Let me confirm that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in battle time, so it's not even been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly.
Where are you? Yeah, 3 minutes. 7
Gotcha.
minutes. 7 minutes since level
7 minutes even.
and 3
yeah.
miles.
Oh yeah, we're in battle time, so we're like just 12 seconds into things. You hear in your head Nimbus' voice. Aurea has it. She attacked Mother. We're chasing. And that's where we're going to start round 3 with Daithun.
All of you see Rain's face just like drop and get really tense.
Well, not really well because you're glowing like a light bulb. You're like literally.
I can't really look at you.
I am the angry sun from Mario 3.
I mean, rain is usually like a radiant beam of energy, but not like literally. So I have a fun question.
Sure.
The people that are riding these water weirds, are they just like walking on them?
Yeah.
Cool. Dython's gonna jump on this water weird if I can.
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay. He's gonna attack the wizard.
So you're fighting on the back of a water elemental right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The wizard, like the wizard that stepped on there, was like basically getting on his getaway vehicle, and before it can move, you just whoop, step on it as well.
I just run and jump, and I'm like, no, we're not done here yet.
Where do you think you're going?
Take 2 longsword attacks. I need to roll the dice. Can I roll it? Thank you. That's a natural 20
Yay!
on the Kuro dice, finally.
Woo!
Karma.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot of damage.
Roll that damage. Like, make it count.
That's a 7 and
Uh-huh.
a 2.
That's 9.
11.
Shing!
And then I'm going to attack again. That's probably also gonna hit with a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. No crit, but
Alright.
it still hits.
No crit, but still a hit. That's a total of 8 more damage.
8 more damage. This wizard is looking terrible as you chased him on top of the water weird.
Wonderful. Dythun is then going to action surge.
Okay.
What was that? Why is it my turn 3 times in a row?
Because you deleted tokens.
Sorry,
So-
I was
Oh.
deleting tokens.
It's okay.
You get 3
Sorry.
action surges. You get 3 action surges for free.
It's canon.
That will be OP.
Yeah, we're so he's going to action surge and then cast a Word of Radiance.
Gee, for a fighter, Dython is doing a lot of casting.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Mhm.
So in a 5-foot radius around me, which I assume includes the water weird underneath me.
Yeah, it does.
See, oh, any creature within the 5-foot range that I can see, actually. So they need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay, so that's the wizard and the water weird. Let's start
Mhm.
with the wizard. Constitution saving throw. That is a total of 13.
That is the saving throw.
Silver
Okay, so-
barbs.
Nope.
That is a total of 21.
Damn it. Advantage Rebus.
All right.
Nice.
So the
'Cause
wizard
you're in
makes
a tough
it, but we
spot,
still have the water weird. That is... No, that's a total of 4. So,
Wonderful. So he gets to take 2d6 of radiant damage, I believe. Yep, radiant damage. That's 4 radiant damage.
4 points of radiant damage. What does it look like when Dythun uses Word of Radiance.
I think it is him, like,
What's the word?
slamming his shield on his sword and just saying burn, and like these like blazing like swords kind of swirl around him.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
Cool.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it for this one.
That's it for that. Bringing us up to Flying Delphine.
Okay, so oh gosh, this is taking up too much time, and with the bubbles, since Rain didn't say anything, I
my turn.
suspect it's Aurea.
Not
So,
good.
oh yeah, this is not good. Okay. I'm casting Locate Object on the object that we are looking for.
Because in the last session, you indeed asked for a as clear as possible description of the object. That is correct.
Smart.
Yes. So you
And to
cast-
to locate if it's still in the area where I will suspect on the ship.
Okay, there's a really important part in locate object. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its motion. So, you cast locate object, visualizing the description of this kind of small orrery that Rygar described, bringing it in front of your mind's eye, and you just feel your head moving to a place beneath the waves. And you also know that it's moving at quite a speed away from the party.
Okay, yeah. I'm not able to swim that fast, so and we're not getting out of combat that soon. So this is kind of a little bit risky. Flying over to that one pirate that is closest to me. Like
This
I
one?
shouldn't be I shouldn't be in the combat area of the water wheel since I'm flying.
Nope, you're flying. You're flying.
So directly in front of him, like lowering while this, having my pistol in the face and having it directly like pointing it directly on his breast and like, see, we're not here to fight you. And I think we're here for the same thing. But that one is already moving. So best we're working together on this.
Make an intimidation or persuasion check. This would be your action for your turn to do this.
Oh gosh.
Intimidation or persuasion.
Come on, charisma
think
class.
I think persuasion might be the best case in this. Oh, come on. Don't fall out of my hands. Oh. Yeah, my brain just suddenly stopped. That's a 16.
16.
Yeah.
The pirate, like, you're basically pushing your gun against his chest,
Yeah.
and he raises his hands like, gotta talk it through with our captain. Not just here on orders. We're here to take something. But he seems to be quite impressed by your presence, but gives you the impression that he's not making the decisions here.
I mean, I talked already, but to stop that combat.
All right. Yeah, but he's basically at this point intimidated by you.
Okay. Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Yeah, just telling him like, stop these attacks, and I show you where we need to go.
Just quickly nods, and that would be your action for this
Okay.
turn. That's also your turn?
Yes.
All right. So, this water weird has an unwanted passenger. and it's going to try to constrict you again, Daithun. 14 doesn't hit, so that is not going to work. And that also ends its turn, bringing us to that pirate that is right next to Lightbulb Rain. It's like, but is only blinded if he ends his turn there. So he's going to make a longsword attack against Rain.
Is he blinded so he gets disadvantage on the swing?
No, if he ends his turn next to you, it would not. He would be at the end of its turn. That is a 23 to hit you.
That'll hit no matter what I do.
And that is.
So I already used my
Oh no,
reaction
that's
this
actually.
turn.
Oh no, that was a 1, not a 10. That's 6 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And going to make another attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a grand total of 9. But he's not going to end this close to you. He's going to move away, which also moves him out of Reba's range. So Rebus, if you want to, you can make an opportunity attack.
Oh, no, I cannot. I used my reaction.
Yeah, you use your reaction to
and
simply
I
bars.
have advantage.
You have advantage? Oh, because you're reckless
Good,
attack.
because like the first. No, because Rain gave me advantage.
Correct.
From the silver barbs.
That is correct.
Yes, which is 17 to hit.
That hits.
Cool.
Roll for damage.
Great. 8 points.
8 points of damage as you claw that pirate. And it moved away, took his action there, which leads us to the wizard. Yeah, who really, really doesn't like what's going on here. No. Yeah, he's going to... Yeah. Another round of Misty stepping away onto the other water weird. And I quickly have to roll a d20. Right. On over there. And moving a little bit back on the water weird. Ends its turn there. This pirate over there who has a gun to its chest just shouts over to his buddies, "Yo, no, this is not worth it!" And ends its turn, bringing that over to Rebus.
Good. So, who's still attacking us and who's definitely like going away?
This one still attacking you. This water weird still attacking you. There's also a wizard on top of the water weird, which has been tangoing with Dython. So there's still some enemies.
Okay, well, I'll first go over here because he's closest. I don't have to jump for him, and I will attack. Reckless again. So let's see if that pays off.
Let's see how that goes.
14 was the highest to hit.
Actually, that just hits.
Oh! Okay. Nice! Max damage. That's 11 points of slashing damage.
You want to follow that up with another one?
Yeah. I sure do. 18 to hit.
That also hits.
Eat it.
Let's go.
For 10 points of slashing damage. Finally rolling properly. Well, I'll do my last attack then, because, natural 20. For a 20.
Ooh, double that damage.
Poor guy.
2 dice. We do 2 dice or we do double damage? I don't know.
You to
Well,
roll
D&D
double
Beyond
the
does 2
You-
dice, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. 11 points of slashing damage. It was a
Yeah.
5 and a 1, so...
Still, you.
Could have been better.
This guy looked really well considering the circumstances at the start of your turn, but by now, covered in claw marks, clothes shred apart, wounds and gashes everywhere.
Just lean down on him.
And just I machine growl.
Awesome. Yeah, he's just looking at you like,
Oh,
"Whoa."
actually, Rebus will do that as a... I don't know if I can do, like, an intimidation as a bonus action or, like, a...
Not as a bonus action, no.
Okay. It's fine.
But I think
That's-
all that
that's
slashing
good.
damage you did this turn counts as kind of an intimidation check, and it was pretty successful.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
All right. That your turn, Rebus?
Yep, that's it.
Perfect. That brings us to Rain, who got a telepathic call at the start of the round and is still glowing like a Philips Hue light.
How far away is the Lander ship?
The ship that you came in on here, before you... Oh, you mean the,
No,
the elemental galley?
elemental
Yeah.
galley.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they hopped over.
Yeah.
Yeah, on these water weirds.
Yeah.
My thinking was basically if we can make them stop, we might be able to use their water weirds.
But considering your question of the ship,
Yes.
I'd say maybe like just 80 feet away from you. It's really not that far away at this point.
Rain flies up her full 30 feet. And as she's doing so, hearing what Delphine said to the other pirate, yells down to everyone. The noblewoman is getting away, and she needs to be punished. Stand down, or, and I prepare fireball, and I sort of start bouncing this spear as if I'm going to lob it towards the elemental galley. Because I know all these pirates have seen me lob these things.
Okay.
If combat continues, I will release the fireball onto the elemental galley.
Okay. First point of order. Dope. Second point of order. Let me quickly look something up.
The fireball has a range of 150 feet.
I know. I know. I just quickly have to look up.
I don't know whether water weirds understand me. Rain frankly doesn't care.
So, Rain, you're also glowing brightly.
Oh, yeah.
You're visible in this storm, and now you also have like this bead of a fireball.
I'm holding
in
up
your
my
hand.
arm, and I'm just letting it grow like a bowling ball size now.
Give me an intimidation or persuasion check at advantage.
Math, 18 plus 6.
24.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's math. That's math.
Everyone below you looks up, and in the storm, you see this elemental galleon in the water. And from your vantage point, Rain, you see a woman on top of the deck of the elemental ship. Tricorn head, eye patch, long leather coat, is getting battered by the rain, and crawling on her shoulder, you see this little what looks like a really small dragon nestled on her shoulder. And she's looking over from the ship.
Like I see the glint from the looking glass or something.
Yeah, she's actually like on the eye that's not covered by an eye patch. She's looking through the looking glass. Lowers it. And you see her grab a gun from her waist, from her belt, lift it up in the air right above her, and fires this flare out of the gun, which trails a red light into the sky over the elemental ship. The pirates that are still remaining, they hear the sound, they see the light, they see you up there threatening to pop a fireball over on their ship, and they see the flare going up. And they start scurrying to get off of the ship. And how that further develops, we're going to see after our second break for today, as we wrap up there. So
I have expended fireball technically. Do I
not
have
expended
to roll
it. No, you haven't expended it at this point.
Okay. Well,
Nope.
I have used the. Okay. I'm technically holding my
actually,
action
no.
because it's
I
cast.
think you would
They
have
just
still
haven't-
expended it because you would have held it. Yeah, you have to mark it off. You have to mark it off.
So I need to
that's true.
roll something.
Yes. Can you roll me a d20 just before we head off to break? Just quickly want to know what that d20 says.
16.
Perfect. We're going to head out for a second and last break for today. We'll be back in about 5 minutes as we wrap this up, see how this goes. See you back in 5.
Charlie for ruler of the universe.
It's a great way to kick up the third part of today's session.
All hail.
And all hail Charlie, and welcome back to the third part of today's session of Horde of Tales Convergence Manifesto. We
Struggles.
just witnessed the party fighting pirates, water weirds, and strange magical effects taking hold of them. But as Rain received telepathic word from her brother that Aurea was trying to get away with the object everyone was looking for, she threatened another ship with blasting it to smithereens with a fireball. And that seemed to have gotten the attention of the other pirates or other party that is involved in this endeavor. The pirates that attacked you have lowered their weapons. The water weirds have removed themselves from the edges of the ship. And coming closer, the waves clashing against the shipwreck you're on, is a fairly large elemental vessel, a sleek, well-crafted ship that has a ring of elemental water surrounding it and being its engine and driving force to make it swiftly move even in this tumultuous water. You're muted, Rain.
Thank you. As our enemies are clearing the deck, literally leaving the ship, Rain will briefly lower herself and explain what she had heard from Nimbus.
Quickly,
And-
basically doing a bit of a group huddle.
Well, she just lowers herself briefly because she's still glowing. But she's going to go back up, and as that galley is arriving, that fireball she'd been holding, she's going to just yeet it behind her. So that there's this amazingly impressive, threateningly large column of water just to like, you're coming to us because we asked you to, not the other way around.
The ship approaches, and witnessing your display here is on top of the deck, the woman that you saw earlier, Rain. A slender, tall woman, tan skin, and now that she's closer on the deck, you have a better view of this tricorn hat she has on with a vermilion red feather in it. That's at this point completely drenched with rain and water. She wears a long black brown coat with underneath a vermilion red vest and a white shirt, and belts, high boots, and dangling on this belt you see a saber, a scimitar, a dagger, a gun. But the most eye-catching about her appearance, next to also a very nice eye patch over her right eye, is that on her shoulder sits this white, bluish, tiny dragon. What you would identify, what all of you as this woman is coming closer, would be a pseudo-dragon. And as this elemental galleon comes closer, this woman climbs on top of the railing and just floats over to where the party is, floating through the air, her long coat dancing in the wind. And she lands in front of the party. Now, closer as she is, she turns one half of her face towards you, grinning, and you can see all over one side of her face, almost like at first you think it's a tattoo, but as you look closer, it's actually black and red marks that are part of the skin that just cover parts of her face, circle around her eyes, reach all the way up to her nose. It looks like a distorted kind of dragon mark that is on her face.
Astorbash also had her dragon mark on her face, right?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, they can basically appear on
Yeah.
every part of the body.
That was an interesting coincidence.
Yep. She stands there looking at all of you. And Rain, you're slowly stopped to glow at this point. Like, it's like somebody has found a dimmer function on you and you're slowly stopped glowing. She looks at you. Quite the balls on you to just threaten another ship with a fireball. I have to admit, I pride myself in knowing the faces of most scum and villains in the principalities. But I haven't seen your faces earlier. She just, like, walks circles around the party looking at all of you. You came riding in. We saw you from a distance. That was one of Ryger's ship you came riding in, but I haven't seen you in his court before. None of you. And to be fair, you don't look like the Ryger kind of people to me.
I don't really have time to talk to you. Give me one of your elementals and I'll be on my way.
I'm sorry. Do you know who I am?
Do you know what I can do? And I start gesturing my hands again.
What is it you know? What is it? I'm assuming you're also here because you want the Aether Vein.
Detect thoughts, subtle magic.
And with Detect Thoughts, you can just get into Surface Thoughts. As you go into a Surface Thoughts, Rain, you've been in Harald's have attempted reading Harald's mind.
Fair.
And
totally.
as you go into her Surface Thoughts, for a moment, you see and hear this distant scream in her mind.
Like Rain absolutely just staggers back. Her arms didn't move. There was no incantation, but you actually see her just stagger back all of a sudden.
But that, after a moment, fades.
Put a hand up.
That fades as you get into the real Surface Thoughts. With Harald, you couldn't even pick that up. You couldn't even get into Surface Thoughts. But here, with this woman, you can. And you see in her Surface Thoughts, you see her talking to an older gentleman, also very piratey dressed, salt and pepper hair, they have a quick conversation, and she's looking at drawings of what indeed looks like this little orrery model that you could put on a desk or something. And they seem to have a conversation about that. And then there's also, in her surface thoughts, she's thinking like, what a frustrating bitch.
It's getting away. I am wasting my time here with you.
But I'm assuming if you're going to catch it, you're going to keep it for yourself.
Have you done
Well,
something
let's
deserving of a
discuss
gift?
that later.
She looks over at Rebus. I'm not sure if we can discuss that later. But I
Oh.
see...
Believe us, we will have a discussion about this later anyway.
She looks over at you, Delphine. And she like also clocks your outfit with the pirate hat and the coat and everything. Seems to make a mental note that she likes your style. And then turns to the group. How do you even know that it's getting away?
You know, there's something that's called magic that we can use.
Really? Is your entire party this impatient?
It's getting away, and not like in a very nice, slow pace.
It is more efficient to join forces and get to it now, and then discuss or kill each other at the end.
Oh, the killing part sounds interesting.
As you say that, you hear a ruckus from behind you in the water. There's this loud sound, and coming out underneath the waves, about 60 feet away from the ship, you see the Undernath vessel is forcefully pushed out of the water. And
I leave this discussion when I just fly over.
the vessel just comes out of the water. There's smoke coming off of it. And shortly after coming out of it, you see breaching the surface, bringing itself up into the air briefly. You just see what you first think is a warforged that comes out of the water. But as you see it, it looks a little bit too crude to be a warforged. And you realize it's a kind of intricate armor with tanks on its back, wires and tubes all over it, and it comes out of the water, has one hand raised towards the Undernath vessel, and from this gauntlet of this armor just comes this barrage of magic missiles.
Counterspell.
You're counterspelling that?
If a spell is being cast, I'm counterspelling it.
That's a third level, right?
We're not playing anymore.
You were already moving over there. You see this barrage of magic missiles coming out. They vanish. And you see this armored figure. You can't see the face right now. It's underneath a helmet of steel and iron. The head turns towards you, and these faceplates shift back.
Lightning bolt.
That's a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yes, I am marking off these
go.
spells. Rain angry. Rain is Super Saiyan angry right now.
Dythune's gonna make his way to the edge also.
I'm gonna legendary resistance this one.
Fair. Can I do it again?
Come on.
It's a 17 on the saving throw.
Silvery barbs. I mean, we're essentially in a two-person round here.
Yeah.
I'm expending these resources.
Also,
That's a
is the armor made
23
of metal?
on-
Doesn't that have like a...
Oh, we're gonna find out about that.
Okay. Let me
because-
roll that lightning damage.
Yes.
Adrenaline kicking in. Oh, bad. 26 damage.
Okay, and your spell save is 14.
Yeah.
I see.
I give myself
So-
advantage from that thing, which lasts a minute.
Right. As you see the face plates of this helmet open up, you just, even before they open, like you're already lightning bolting at it. And as the lightning leaves your hands, you see the face of Aurea revealing itself from underneath it. The lightning hits into the armor, skittering and scattering all over it, steam coming off. And it's only at that point that you see that in the other hand, that was not aimed at the Undinus vessel, she's holding this intricately carved globe and now sees the party on deck, sees Rain basically. I'm assuming you're flying, Rain?
I am flying. I am. This is a
Wait,
storm from X-Men in the sky. Pissed.
Wait. So, is the fly that was cast on me by the storm still up?
Yes, it's now at this point in its last
Okay.
minutes at this point.
Okay. So Rain is keeping her busy.
Yes.
Could I try to attempt to fly over and try to steal that thing from her?
Rain would
Might
have
be
gone
hard.
somewhere in between Aurea and the Undineth vessel.
Okay.
I would
I
use
need-
Expeditious Retreat to speeden that up.
Listen.
Math.
Math. A lot of math here.
Okay. Here's what's happening. Rain has fired this lightning bolt. While that is happening, Delphine, you're with your flying speed and your expeditious retreat. Make your way over there. You're approaching that, and you're trying to just like get that object out of her hands. Basically, just like yoink and taking it.
Yep.
Okay. This is gonna be, first of all, contested sleight of hand checks. So I need you
I'm
to
good
make
at that.
I need you to make a sleight of hand for that.
Can I still get a advantage from anyone?
And I'll count this as her joining the initiative, and it's not a fresh round. So I'm not going to silvery boxes.
No.
Okay.
I even recognize when it's too much.
Sleight of hand. Whew. Okay. That is actually super good. Math. 23. It's
23.
sadly not a natural 20.
Yes, but I rolled a 4 on my die.
Oh.
So, okay. So you get a hold of the orb. And as you do, Aurea's face, she's still being electrocuted by the lightning bolt. It snaps towards you, and you see, like, you're really up close to her strange armor now that she's made of herself. You see all over her chest, clink, 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 these little panels open up.
Fuck.
Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Fuck.
You're good at those.
Sometimes 11.
6, 7.
Okay, so this is a new round essentially, but I didn't hear spell being cast, so I can't do much.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
9, 14, 20, 23.
Oh, fuck.
28, 30.
He's counting how many dice he has to roll.
33. 33.
You're okay. You're okay. What?
No, I'm not okay.
33.
Don't ever dump con.
38, 44, 46, 47, 48. So
Are you alive? Are you conscious?
as you grab that object, out of all these little openings, just what look like grenades fire at you and explode all over you. You take 48 points of fire damage.
Yes.
And you are knocked away from Aurea. But here's a silver lining.
But you have to think.
You have to think.
And
And
hit point
How many?
Oh! Fireball.
You throw a fireball at Aurea?
The Delphine was still moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then as soon as Delphine
Oh
is
my
clear,
God.
fireball, because now we're moving in the initiative.
Okay.
I
I will if Delphine is gonna come like on my trajectory. I know that she's flying, but like I will try to catch her if I see that she's like out of control, going to plummet or something. I don't want them to get hurt.
Oh, fucking shit.
That fireball, you fire that in there as Delphine like moves away from Aurea. Aurea turns back to you, Rain. The fireball blasting at her, and as she sees like this rampant assault at what's going on, I think Delphine would still be closest to her, even though she's out of the fireball range, of course. You see Aurea, the moment she hits the waves, she seems to push a button on her suit, and she just disappears, as if she's teleporting away.
Cow.
But she doesn't have the.
Fair. She got away.
You, Delphine, have the object, this little orrery, and you're in the water basically at this point. And as you are in the water, Delphine, you see a figure moving underneath you, and coming up from beneath, you see Marin Undinath, who just picks you up out of the water, leaps out on top of the Undinath ship, and Marin is covered in burn marks. There's like, clearly she took some kind of lightning damage. There's acid marks all over her, and she stands there.
Almost mirroring Rain right now, who's like gasping, furious, seething.
And she just now shouts, "Where did she go?"
Question.
It seemed like she teleported
Yes.
somewhere.
How far away is the ship, the Undinath ship?
60 feet.
Okay, Dython's gonna start swimming over there.
All right.
We're just ignoring the Lorander. Well, actually, no, it's good. We have the thing.
Yeah, we have the thing.
We have the thing. For now.
Dython will like motion to Rebus, like, follow. Come on, like we need to handle this first, and actually jump in the water and start swimming.
Yeah, I will. I will
Kitty
do
crawl.
that.
You make your way. Yeah, you make your way over there while Dython and Rebus are swimming over. Also breaching the surface is Nimbus, who's like pulling himself up on the ship, and is also looks like he maybe has only a few hit points left of his own, and he looks at Delphine, who's now being put down by Marin on the ship. Looks at his mother and sees Rain up in the sky, but then looks back at Delphine and sees that you're holding the object, the item. Oh, by the tides, you got it.
Guess it's not the worst to have a background as, like, a criminal.
And Nimbus just leans down next to you. We must have some kind of potions here on board as well. We can take care of you.
Oh, good. Just a scratch. Like, completely bleeding and everything.
Delphine, I
It's but a
think you should
foot.
seek medical attention. But I'm not there. I'm swimming, so.
I would say slowly at this point, Rebus and Dyphon, you also have made your way over to that ship.
Okay,
You
okay.
pull up on there, and as you get up on the ship, Marin Undinas is still like anger written all over her face, standing there on the ship, and she looks up at Rain. Rain, you're still up in the sky?
Like heavily breathing, furious. Not only that Aurea got away, but now her mother saw her not succeed. And Rain is going to let a very almost primal scream from within, like this shriek, and release one more fireball into the where it was. I am marking these off. Do I have to roll things?
No, you're basically this is an anger fireball, right?
Yeah.
You're just really this is like venting your anger.
Mm-hmm.
Rain, you're saying that you're also like screaming while you do this.
Yes.
This is probably the first time that your companion saw you like this, if I'm
Composure lost here.
Yes, completely without composure. All of you see Rain just screaming, letting out one final fireball. And Marin Undinas looks up at her daughter. And she just says, I couldn't take her down as well, if that's any consolation to you.
It's not. And just sort of start free falling into the water. Like almost to proverbially cool off my head.
Does Marin look as badly hurt? Or, I mean, he can't be worse than Delphine without being dead, but like, comparably hurt?
Comparably hurt, yeah. And
Okay.
Nimbus the same.
Dython will walk over to Delphine. Do you have any of your healing left for yourself?
Yeah, I have some.
Right. Dython's gonna lay a hand on Marin's shoulder, if she will allow it.
She raises a skeptical eyebrow, but allows it.
And he's gonna cast Cure Wounds. Because fighters can do that.
Fighters can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've had healing. Here we go. That's a... What do I add to that? Do I add anything to that? I add 2. That's 8.
8. Some of her wounds close as she feels the healing magic, and she says, "Thank you. I've seen...
much, but learning.
I see you were able to still take the object from her.
And I will keep it on me.
I am afraid that I cannot let you keep this."
I'm not talking
And-
about this.
She lowers, like she has this spear in her hand. She lowers that towards Delphine. This is a dangerous
did I just
object.
Yeah, we know this very well. And we also know that a lot of people want to have it.
It will be safer deep beneath the waves with us.
We know a safe place.
Similar to a safe place like whatever this Aurea person had planned for it?
No.
Oh,
She wants to
no,
put
very
this
different,
into
actually.
an machine. We want to keep it safe.
And as Marin has now like the spear pointed at Delphine, floating over from the shipwreck is this pirate lady you've talked with.
Gust of wind.
You're like,
Okay, despite anything that I said ever before, I will shove this
She's
object into my satchel of holding. I know this might be a super stupid idea.
you're gonna put that into your satchel of holding.
Well, first I'm going to gust this lady.
Okay, look. Okay, so these
Order
two
of
things happen
operations.
parallel to each other.
Oh.
Rain, you're gust of winding the pirate lady with the cute pseudo dragon that's flying over.
We're busy.
Succeeds on the strength save, but still is severely slowed in her approach.
Her cool approach is looking very uncool.
Okay, Delphine,
Oh, please
you
suck this
put
out of me.
the
Please suck this out
object
of
into
me.
the satchel of holding.
She was healed,
No,
right?
I shouldn't do this. The last time we put something, or I put something in there, which was this dragon shot. That was very horrible.
You put this little desk-sized orrery model into your satchel of holding.
This will
And
cause
nothing
an
happens.
explosion.
It's fine.
Can you roll me a d100 3 times?
Why?
Okay, the worst case, it explodes and kills us all. So it can just get better.
Some of us are still in the Rain is still in the water.
Rain is still in the water. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first one is a 25.
25. Can you give me the second one?
The second is a 17. Okay, it does
17.
get slower. Okay,
Rolling a
and-
new
and-
character again.
Yeah, and there's like this 7.
7. Oh,
That handbook has seen quite some love.
25.
Oh
I have
fuck!
extra
This
character
was...
sheets in here.
You put the object into the bag of holding,
Yes.
and the moment it gets in there, there is this prismatic light that shines out of it, just covering everyone on the ship. You hear the fabric of the satchel tearing at the seams as this happens.
Fuck! Thank God I
Delphine.
don't have that much in there.
First of all, as this light comes out, you feel on your forehead your skin moving apart,
Oh fuck!
and a third
Really?
eye grows on your forehead. And you start seeing everything around you in almost like this predator-like night vision. And that's one thing that happens. Second thing, while the bag
Get
is
an
still
eye
tearing
patch.
apart, Rebus, the glow comes over you, and you feel something coming out between the panels of your frame, and the rest of you sees that adorning Rebus's cheek or jaw right now comes this multicolored beard of feathers that is covering Rebus' jawline.
Yes.
Try it. Try it.
And
Serial, try it. Serial, try it.
now
Oh,
Now
fuck.
you also rolled a 7.
Oh, God.
Oh. Give me that fireball, please.
Sure did.
I need Delphine,
Yeah.
Rebus, and Dythun to give me dexterity saving throws.
Ah,
Dice.
no. No.
Dice. Here we go. A dexterity saving throw.
You have +2, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
get
So that gives me a
advantage.
+2. That's a 13.
Okay. 22.
Same 22.
Although I guess I'm not raging anymore, but
No, you're not raging anymore.
Wait, danger sense.
Dangerous. Yes, you have advantage on your saving throw.
But
Rebus.
Sarah already.
No, I
Rebus already
do-
passed.
Yeah, it's already a 22, which is.
I do
horrible.
have the advantage. I just do not have the negating half the damage, which is
Gotcha.
good to have.
But even if you're raging, you don't negate elemental damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
gotta be
fair.
like the totem barbarian or whatever to do that.
Bear?
Mm.
No, not bear.
Something like- I forget. the barbarian.
Oh dear.
Ooh, that's a nice
Someone
round
heal
number.
Delphine.
So,
I asked.
everyone who rolled lower than a 14 takes 30 points of fire damage.
Oh, it's fine.
The rest takes half.
The rest takes half of that. So, as the
I didn't take
as
damage
the
that whole
satchel
combat.
of holding is coming apart, the item destroying, a fireball made out of chromatic rainbow-colored light explodes on top of the
I'm sorry.
Undina's ship. And it's on this view of a rainbow explosion that we're going to end
safe
today's
place.
session.
A safe place. The credibility has gone up in smoke.
So,
What? The...
But
well,
the good thing
What
is,
is going
I'm not
on?
dead.
whew,
But the item is inside now. We don't know yet. That's next week.
we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
That was exciting.
That's certainly
So how many hit points was Delphine at before that?
1. But, you
Oh,
know,
wonderful.
since I did a very smart move like several sessions ago, I basically, normally, I will be dying at that point. But
Do you have
I'm
health?
stabilizing because I have
Oh.
period of health. Of wound
yep, the
closure.
period of
so
wound closure. Yep,
so-
yep.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
But there's still
It's-
other
it sure is
people
a
on
good
that ship
thing.
that
Yes.
also took a blast from that. And we're going to find out next week what that means for
Oh god.
the party.
Wait, so Delphine technically attacked my family, so now Delphine must die. Sorry. Them's how it goes.
Delphine learned it.
You,
killed my
you
family.
technically attacked my family beforehand, so.
But we're all in on it.
Well, I am glad that we have made it mostly alive to the end of the session and that were able to end on that note.
Marcus was
Fortunately,
just jealous of me fireballing, wanted to do one of his own.
Yes.
I was just when I asked for these 3 D100 rolls, I was like, Caro gets me first to 25. I'm like, okay, good. We're going to the 70. I'm like, and then we get the 7. I was like,
The
wait,
7.
I know
Yep.
what the 7
Me-
is, and that's how those things happen.
Oh gosh.
The amazing campaign-ending TPK of level 1 parties with that wild magic sorcerer. Oh, it's exciting.
Hmm.
And on the other side, Rain and her family are totally fine.
I'm
So
looking
we-
forward to the fallout of all of this next
Yeah,
session.
so she can actually sail with her family into towards the horizon, while the rest of the party is dead.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's Lorandra lady being pushed away too now.
I mean, how much do you care about her?
The story demands we care about her, so she's gonna make herself care. She's gonna make us care, rather. For
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, at the moment she probably tries to stay away from the explosion that happened.
With how these last few minutes of the session goes, I think the story has already been changed due to the nature of everyone's actions. So
Yeah, Delphine's daddy is gonna be a little disappointed that diplomacy will not be so effective.
we have a few things to unpack there next session, but for now, we are slowly going to wrap up here. Thanks everyone who came to hang out with us, to drop by in the chat. If you liked what you saw here today with us, feel free to give us a follow or subscription here on Twitch. We'll always love it if you follow what we're doing here, because we're not just doing this game, but we're also doing other games here, which we come to in a moment. So feel free to click that follow or subscribe button below there. Also, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, for example, a Prime Gaming subscription lying around, feel free to use that for us if you want to. That would be nice. If you want to keep tabs on us, what we're all doing, we have links to our Twitter and our Discord down below, where you can find us on the Twitter space or on our very own Discord, where you can also hang out and chat with us. So you can click those links below to follow that. Also, if you're now only joining us at episode 53 of this campaign, and you want to find out what happened in the first 52 sessions, you can find all of that and more on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ I have been informed it's actually / Horde of Tales at these days, because they have all these usernames these days on. But I think if you do / Horde of Tales, you still get to the same YouTube channel. So just do that. And there you can find all our videos, all our VODs from not just this campaign, but also from other games. And you should totally subscribe there, because then you always know when a new of our shorts comes up. And I have quite a feeling that in a few weeks there will be certain scenes from this session which will also be coming into those shorts. So feel free to follow us there and subscribe there on YouTube. We're slowly also rising in subscriptions there on YouTube, and we're grateful for everyone who shows us support in that way. Also feel free to thumbs up our videos there, leave comments. We're happy for any kind of support that you're giving us if you're really enjoying what we're doing. And today is not the last time that you're going to see anything here on Horde of Tales, because on Thursday, we're going to have the next session in our Ether game, which is run by our fantastic GM, Angela, with a fantastic group of adventurers. You had your first 2 sessions at this one. This is going to be session 3 on Thursday. And let me tell you, as someone who's watching that game, it has great lore, it has fun characters, and it showcases a great tabletop RPG by a fantastic author. So you should totally join us on Thursday for session 3 of the Ether game.
They should also join us on Friday, right?
Actually, I would prefer if they joined us tomorrow, actually, on Wednesday.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
They
Why should they join us tomorrow?
Well, actually, tomorrow you're going to see not just me again here on this stream, but also I'm going to be joined by Eldritch Crow, the author of Ether tabletop RPG, as we're going to have a little creator talk. I'm going to talk with Eldritch Crow about Ether, the game that we stream here on Thursdays, about how he wrote that game, what's the background behind it, and catch up a little bit on TTRPG and other shenanigans. So if you want to join on that, it's going to be the same time as we started today, tomorrow. So that's 7 p.m. BST, if I'm not mistaken, 7 p.m. BST, for a creative talk with Eldritch Crow, the author of the Ether tabletop RPG. So you basically have 3 days in a row here on Horde of Tales to check us out. And with that, before I head us over to a sinking ship, does anyone else have any announcements, things they would like to share before we head out?
We are still taking GM applications for Women in Gaming Month. Check the application that is linked on our Twitter, which is at horde_of_tales. We are going to be hosting a month long of any TTRPG one-shot you want to run, with tables that are entirely folks who identify as women or femme. We are looking for women and femme folks who are BIMPOC, who are LGBTQI+, who are neurodivergent, who are outside North America, because the streams will be around this time throughout June. Looking for folks who are disabled, looking for folks who want to tell an awesome story and share their perspectives. Join us, sign up, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Exactly. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. And you'll also see some of us on Saturday if you are in Eastern Netherlands at a tiny little convention called Roll Initiative Con, which is the Netherlands' first all TTRPG convention with an emphasis on international guests. So it's not exclusively in Dutch. Like Marcus and I will be running games in English, for example. That's going to be really freaking cool.
Exactly. And that's so if you want to come join us there, also you might see some of our actual Horde of Tales flyers being actually handed out there as well.
You might be able to snatch some of our newly created stickers. Whoops.
Exactly.
Dibs.
So
and you'll be able to roll some dice with Ida.
Alrighty. Cool. with that being said, let's set sail on
raid?
to Girls Run
Yes.
These Worlds, who are also actually streaming for charity today, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna head over there with our raid. Thanks everyone for today, and we'll see you back next week, same time, same place. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.